How's it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Aphasia with us tonight. I can say their names and what they do in the band.
I'm Ryan. I play guitar, primary songwriter, and up until our latest single, Afterlife, I produce and mix for the band as well.
And I'm Ashton, and I just play bass.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you for coming on. Much appreciated. Always got to give love to Cody. Cody, you already know I love you. So, huge shout outs to Cody for getting them on. But first question, always love asking this. What's the origin story of the band? How did you guys come together? Spare no expense, spare no detail. If you want to give the whole story, give it up.
I'll run with this question because I've been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
So I was in a band. This is dating me right now, but I was in a band with some friends back in. I think I joined that band in like 2013, and we were just kind of doing our thing. We hadn't really ever put out any songs, and it wasn't necessarily like my band. It was just like some kids that I found on the internet that were like, "Hey, do you want to like come jam with us?" And I said, "Okay." So I did that for like a year-ish, and then somewhere like beginning to mid 14, I left that because I kind of had started writing what ended up being the first songs for this band. So I left that because another band hit me up and been like, "Hey, do you want to play third guitar for our band?" And I said no. Obviously, it wasn't really my style. So I said no. I jammed with them like one or two times. I said no, and then the drummer and the bass player of that band ended up asking me if I wanted to start something new.
Sure.
So we said, yeah, sure, let's give it a try. And we started working out all these like original songs that we had that ended up being like some of the stuff that made it to our first EP. So that was back in 2015 that all worked out. And I guess we had pulled the guitar player from the other band that I was in to kind of round the lineup out. We went through a singer change. We got Jake, who is our current singer. And then I guess kind of fast forward from 2015 when that took place up to 2019 kind of brings us to like this time in our lineup where we had gone on a brief hiatus. I was dealing with some personal stuff, and I went back to school, and I had just had my first son, so we had kind of taken a break. And when coming back from that break, we found Ashton, our bass player. So he's been with us here since then, and then we recently got a new drummer, Zane, and that kind of brings us up to now. Just a series of coincidences, friends of friends joining the band, and finally rounding out a good lineup.
There you go. And Ashton, how did you kind of come into the fold? Obviously, I know have been in the band since 2019, but how did that all come to be? Had you been listening to Aphasia before this point, or you were just like, man, I'm a bass player, like let me join the band, that'd be sick? How did it come to be?
So the way it went down was me and Ryan actually have a mutual friend who I've been friends with for a while and been in bands with named Dakota. And I was kind of just doing my own thing because I haven't been in a band at that point for a few months. And actually, coincidentally, I was in between jobs and I had a lot of time. And he was like, "Hey, my friend Ryan's looking for a bass player. You should hit him up." So I messaged Ryan, and our first conversation was a little awkward and funny, but we ended up hanging out, meeting up, and I ended up joining the band after that.
That's awesome. I feel like kind of similarly to me doing interviews, I always imagine the first like interaction is always like, how do you find out about this person? Like, do they enjoy doing this? Are they like invested?
God, it was so awkward. We had talked for like a week or two, and I was like, "Hey, just learn these songs and let's see."
Literally,
that was kind of like it. We were just like, learn these songs, see how it goes. He sent us some videos, and we thought it worked out well. So, like, me, Jake, our singer, and him all got together in my apartment one day. And I was, like, really sketched out about it at first. I was like, oh, this random kid from, like, 2 hours away is coming over. That's pretty much how it went. And then he slept in my couch that night.
Oh, man.
Only because Jake snores. I could not be in the same room as that kid.
Yeah, so we just invited this total stranger from 2 hours away to come over and then, like, stay the night. It was really weird. It worked out really well, obviously.
Yeah, or you would end up on like a Netflix special about like you're like one band. We had a mutual friend,
Kind of would have rathered that.
It would have made for, I feel like, a much juicier headline for this interview. It's like band stabbing almost occurred, but then wind up being bass player, and now we're here.
I wish he would have just stabbed me. I guess that probably would have been a way cooler story.
True.
Now we're just like a bunch of dudes in a metalcore band.
Oh,
Not that cool.
that's low on the totem pole. Stabbing is definitely up higher, on the tier list for me.
100%.
A lot more publicity.
A lot more
Absolutely.
publicity, yeah.
Trying to get that Netflix special.
I can feel Cody watching this right now, and he's just like, "Oh my god, bad PR, bad PR, bad PR." I just bring out the best in everyone, Cody. That's what it truly comes down to. But no, I'm glad that I want to preface this was all a joke. If that wasn't very clearly evident, I don't believe in other people's.
We're just here for the goose.
We're just here for the goose and the gaffs, So go, don't feel like Aphasia is all about stabbing. So remember that. But I thought it was really cool because I always find it interesting when I have bands on, and it's just like the interesting stories about how like music brings people together, kind of very similarly to doing interviews. You never think that people are out there and they're like, man, this band's fucking sick. Like, how did I not know about them? Because I did check out Afterlife just before we hopped on, and I was like, yo, this is sick. Like, how did I not know about this band before this point? And I feel like it makes me feel like really stupid that there's like millions of bands out there that are just doing some really awesome stuff, and like it goes unnoticed, So
Dude, I do that with huge bands. The Amity Affliction. I've never listened to that band in my life until like last week, and it blew my mind. I can't believe everyone let me sleep on that band for that long.
Well,
Yeah.
like I told you, I wasn't too big into them, but then when you brought that up, I checked it out too, and I was like, oh, they actually sound really good now. Like, I haven't heard them since they came out with Pittsburgh or whatever, that one song they were really big for, and it was okay, but it wasn't anything I liked. But that new stuff's really cool.
Yeah, I think it's always strange because it's like I always either get the one person that's just like, "Oh my god, how did you not know about this band? Are you living under a rock?" And I was just like, the internet, like you realize how many bands are out there, like I would not have enough life to just like if I had every hour of every day to just look up bands and like talk about them, I still would not have enough hours of my life to do all of that. So I feel like
you'd never find them all.
Never find them all. So send me them, or I'll find out about some really cool ones. So if they're really cool, they end up on here. So I always try to imagine that. But I feel you on the Amity Affliction. Like, I'm kind of the same way. I did check out the new record, and I was like, I see their name a lot. And I was like, they were on tour with Silverstein recently, and I was like, that's a good tour, And then I checked out the new album, and I was like, oh, this is actually pretty good. I was very surprised at how good it was. And then just not really like fully investing in some bands. Like, you're just like, you see them, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll check them out another time. And then you get to the next album and you're like, maybe I'll check out that one. It's like Bad Omens for me. Like, I feel like they're a band that, like, I always kind of felt like they were, like, under the wings of, like, Bring Me the Horizon. And then I feel like with the most current album, everybody's been like, yo, check this album out, check this album out. I was like, I don't know.
Really well for them.
But they literally, I think, sold out this entire tour that they're about to do. So I think that it clearly shows that the album is very good, obviously, and as well as that, they're a great band, so go check them out. But the next question I have for you guys, kind of in the same lane, who got you started out in your respective instruments, who kind of influenced you early on, and then who influences your style more currently as of right now?
Easy question. I'll let Ashton go first.
Yeah, I mean, it's also really easy for me, too. So I actually started playing bass when I was 10 years old. My mom kind of just, like, forced it on me. I was playing saxophone in band in elementary school at the time, but then I was like, string instrument would be pretty cool. So she got me into bands like Primus, so like Les Claypool, Red Hot Chili Peppers with Flea. They were really cool, but then I just wanted something a little bit more my speed and the heaviness. So more so like Justin Chancellor of Tool, Ryan Martinet of Mudvayne, or Fieldy from Korn.
Yeah.
Like, I love them. They're all like slap players, which is really funny, and we don't do slap and aphasia yet. But yeah, I just love like a lot of bands like that. It's just really fun because it drives the whole song with how the bass is played.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, Ryan.
That was such an easy question. It Dies Today was my breakout band. That band changed my life the first time I heard them, and that is why I about lost my mind when we got Nick, their original vocalist, on our song "Slip Away." Very cool experience. So yeah, that was the band that really got me into like this lane of music and wanted, that's when I picked up a guitar the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Era. If it wasn't for the song "Spirits Away" by Era, I'm very confident in saying that our band would not exist. That was the song that changed it for me. I heard that. That was when I changed how I wanted to play music, the band I wanted to be in, everything. That was when I started this band, and then most heavily influenced, I'd say, like Invent Animate now is like huge band for me that I love. But I guess with influence, I'd also take outside of just like metalcore with Invent Animate. I love Nothing Nowhere, and I love Armor for Sleep, and I pull. If you listen to those artists, knowing that I pull influence from them, you can kind of make sense of it. But without knowing, I guess you wouldn't really know. But yeah, those are some of my favorite bands, and definitely they definitely took me to where we're going.
I agree. Also, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll turn my camera a little bit, but
I can see your Era flag.
The Era flag.
Oh, the Movements flag too. I love that album.
Movements. That's a great album too. But so I like obviously listened to Afterlife, and I was just like, God, this song is. If they don't say Era like in their like musical influences, I'll be very surprised because there have been some things where I've had people on and they're like, "Yeah, I've never heard of that band." I'm like, "How? How did you not
that
like?"
Band is really,
especially nowadays.
The reason for this band is pretty much like the Augment album.
Oh yeah.
I think if that album didn't come out, our band wouldn't be a thing because that was really what started it for me.
That's also just a masterpiece, That is literally
good.
It's so I love that album so much.
I love the majority of their catalog, but Impulse and Era, or Impulse and Augment, they're always going to be like my favorite records. They're so good. They stand in my top 10 of all time for probably ever. I love those records.
Yeah, I think for me too as well. I love how they've kind of like evolved over the years as well. Just obviously having JT in the band now. I think with each release they always add to try to incorporate different elements and like keep it more fresh with each album, and I agree.
Good at being versatile, and they have songs throughout each album that show versatility, which I think is really cool. Like they're super heavy 1 minute, and then they got these weird like jazzy parts, and then they have like Tool style riffs. It's very cool. I think they're like a super versatile band.
Yeah, I'm real stoked about like I know they're gonna be playing Christmas Burns Red, so I'm hoping to check.
Oh, is that they're calling it now?
I think so. Yeah, I'll have to.
That's cool. Yes. I didn't know that.
So I know that's out in PA here. So if anybody's going to that, let me know. But yeah, I think they're such a cool band, and I'm glad that they're getting the success that they deserve now because I think they're doing like a full U.S. tour. They're going to like Europe and stuff and doing that. So I've loved all of their albums, but I feel like more consistently right now. I love the new album. I couldn't stop listening to that, and I still love it. So always cool to have that. And the other band that I thought of, and I know you mentioned Invent Animate, I definitely feel like there's an influence from them. There's this Canadian like progressive metalcore band called Auras. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with them.
Yep.
You guys,
I love Auras.
You guys reminded me of like Auras, and I gotta say I love that album so much. And I was like, I'm wondering if this band's gonna have like that like Auras, a little bit of Auras sound in there. And I was like, I feel like you guys hit that note too. So you guys are hitting the progressive metalcore to a T.
That's a comparison that I've never heard before. That's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, same.
I think you guys kind of have that like nice, again, very similar to all three of those bands. You have like that nice melodicness to your music, but then also at the same time, you know, you got some cool like gent riffs, and I was like, all right,
Thanks, man.
this is tight. Um, I did get the email from Cody. You do have a new album coming out in the foreseeable future. Um, I don't want to reveal the name just in case there's any.
It doesn't have a name. There's no name to reveal.
There is no name to reveal. Okay, so we'll keep it like that. But in terms of people who have found out about you either through the newest single or have never heard of your band, what song would you recommend to a new listener to kind of give you an idea of what the band sounds like?
I totally blanked out. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say, I said if there was one song you could recommend to a new listener to kind of give you an idea of your sound, for Aphasia, what song would you recommend to a new listener to listen to?
Ooh, for me, hold on, I gotta pull up the album listing real quick. There's like two I can think of off the top of my head. If I wanted one new person to be hooked on my band, just a new listener to be hooked on it, I'm gonna go ahead and say Bury Me or Recover, because those songs are sick and they're catchy. I think those are the ones for me.
Yeah, for me, I would say probably Bury Me as well, but then I'd say it's a toss-up between maybe Second Best and
Sinking.
Empty Head.
Oh, okay.
I've struggled not putting Sinking in there. I feel like I talk about Sinking every interview that we do, and I gotta stop loving that song so much.
It's a good song.
I feel like it's fair to like. I don't know. I've mentioned this in previous episodes, but I always find it like when bands come on, they're like, I want to talk about my music. Like they get in that mode where they're like, yeah, I'm not that good. I don't think I'm that good.
We're not that good, but that is what we're here for. I'll talk about it. I'll tell you my favorite songs.
I think you guys are great, and I totally get the whole aspect of like not wanting to be like, yeah, like I'm good. Yeah. I feel like a mark of like a true musician, at least, from not only playing instruments, but also, having bands on the interview. If you're just like, yeah, I'm kind of mid, like I'm okay at guitar or I'm okay at bass. And then you play like one of your songs and I'm like, bro, why you gotta lie to me like that? Lie right to my face and tell me you suck, That's terrible. Why would you do that to me? That's how I feel like with music. But I will say, with Afterlife, I'm very curious in terms of like sound wise where you guys are gonna go and how broad it is, because I feel like this right now is good, but I'm curious if you guys are gonna go like really far out there and make something like super wild, or if you're gonna go like
drop the hammer, I guess. The new album does not sound like Afterlife. Definitely not. Afterlife was more or less like a one-off that I wrote for my friend who died, and that was just kind of like a in the moment we're gonna write a really like emotional song. I think comparatively to like anything else that we have on the new record right now, it doesn't really sound like it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, realistically, I think the new album sounds like a darker version of Rebirth, which is the album we put out last year. Very similar in sound, darker. It just sounds more aggressive. I guess it's more miserable, more aggressive, and the lyrical content is shifted even more to be even more miserable, if I had to describe.
Ashton, do you have anything to add to that?
I mean, I do agree with Ryan on that, because like I've been there with him writing most of the songs, if not all of them, and I can definitely attest to say that it definitely is darker. I would also want to say that because I won't beat around the bush, Ryan is this like sole writer of this band. I kind of just give him advice on what I think would sound good.
Sure.
There's a lot of really, really good tones that are coming out of a lot of these songs that are just more dark, ambient, maybe even a little out of left field for what they expect of us.
Okay.
Song 6 is out of left field. That section 6 is very out of left field.
Yeah,
There's
that
a song,
one
there's
I
a song
love.
that we just finished writing, like, I don't know, probably like a month ago, and I think right now it's everybody in our band's favorite song that we ever wrote. It's very weird, but like I said, darker, more aggressive, has some parts that you don't really expect if you know our band.
Yeah. I feel like if anything, Afterlife gave me that thought to like go check out your previous album Rebirth, and I'll have to go give it a listen, let you guys know what I think about it.
I love that.
And who knows, maybe we'll do a live video of me going through the album, but
that would be sick.
I'll have to keep this video will keep me honest, so I'll future Brandon, you better do that shit. But I feel like for myself, like it would be curious, just coming in with Afterlife and not really knowing about your band beyond just that song. I feel like for myself as a new listener, I always love going back into catalogs and being like, okay, this is the first song I listened to. How much have they kind of changed and grown over that time period? Because, every band kind of changes forms in some sort of way. And then how does that kind of compare to the new material that's going to be released, where it's going to be a little bit more darker, a little bit more melodic, definitely heavier, I imagine. And so trying to kind of wrap my head around of like, okay, this is what I know they sound like. Where are they going to push those boundaries, and how far are they going to push those boundaries? Because I think for myself, it always makes it interesting to kind of see if I'm close, because I've been doing it long enough to kind of get an idea. But also at the same point, I always love being like surprised and being like, wow, I never thought that this like certain riff or like certain breakdown part would be like super heavy or like super melodic or including different forms.
6. He's talking about song 6 right now.
Yeah.
I don't have it. I don't have it, guys. I just want to let everybody know I have not listened to any of the new stuff, so other than the Afterlife track. But I mean, if I kind of give away pieces of the new song,
Going back to
unintentionally,
that catalog, if you go back, the only album that you need to entertain is Rebirth. Just skip over everything before that, honestly.
No. There's definitely some hints of other things from the other albums.
Oh,
hints though, just small, just tiny.
I like
how they were good in their own way.
I feel like Ryan was just like, nah, man, we're not. Don't do
I won't
it.
delve into it, but I like it. I like it. That's how I joined the band. I heard it and I was like, oh, this is sick.
All right, enough of the old. Moving on.
Oh man.
Oh, he froze. Oh, okay, never mind. He's back. He did freeze, but he's back.
Oh, he was fine.
I did freeze. No. I will go back and listen to the old stuff. I feel like as my duty as an interviewer and like just being a music lover is to see where bands kind of start off and how they grow and go from there. So, guys, go check it out. Obviously, you're gonna hurt Ryan's feelings, but I feel like Ashton's gonna be super excited you to go back and listen. So it's dichotomy,
Rebirth. Just listen to it.
Maybe a little bit of seclusion.
Listen to Rebirth. That's it.
We're giving some conflicting views here, guys. I know. The next question I have for you guys: you recently signed to Theoria, which is really cool. I love Cody and Chris. Those guys are the homies, so always much love to them. How did that come to be? Did they message you? Or how did this whole thing come to be? I'm very curious. I always love asking this.
Pretty simple story. I talked to Cody like a couple of years ago when we were demoing out stuff for Rebirth, and he had expressed a little bit of interest in the band, and then we just kind of didn't really talk much after that. But I saw that he was trying to book some dates, like sometime over this past summer, I think. He was trying to book some dates, and I was just like, hey, I've got contacts in like XYZ, and just like helped him out with some dates. And that's really what sparked the conversation. And like him, myself, and our management just jumped on a call and kind of talked about it. And within like a week, I think we had a contract to look over and talk about. And as you can see, we signed the contract. I love those guys, though. We haven't worked with Chris like on a personal level too much, but just from the conversations we've had with him. We played a show with their band like 2 months or a month ago.
Okay.
So we got to meet him. It was really cool. He's a very nice guy. But Cody, I think, is kind of more. Cody kind of took us under his wing, so we work mostly with Cody, and he's the best. Cody, I love you.
We love Cody. I love Cody. Big love as always to Cody. I think he's always doing some cool shit, and I feel like anytime I can support any of the Theoria or anything he does, you know, he's always bringing me good stuff, and I feel like Aphasia is another great band to add to the.
He said it once. He said it right the one time in the beginning.
Aphasia.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Okay. There's gonna be a counter every time I say it wrong.
Every time you count it, you gotta. Every time you say it wrong is bing. You gotta do it in like the final edit, just like ting every time.
Every time, guys, don't be like me and say the band name wrong, because, you know, they're not gonna tell you it upsets them, but deep inside they're gonna go cry in the bathroom. You know. They get
Probably.
My heart wrenches right now.
I'm in a pretty fragile mental state right now.
Wow. Oh my god, Jesus Christ.
I'm just kidding.
It would be great if you just both like left the interview and you're like, "Listen, I'm done, man. We're done."
I'm gonna post
like
a
this?
story crying in my bed.
I feel like I'm gonna get a message from Cody, and Cody's gonna be like, "Listen, man, you said it wrong. I'm not giving you any more bands." This upsets me greatly.
The ratio to people that say it incorrectly to correctly is so like unbalanced. It's not even funny.
I would say maybe like a good 85-15%.
Pretty much only people that know us personally apparently know how to say that. So
I'm glad, you know, I'm not in that personal know-how, you know, so I feel like, you know, I'm in that 85%, which I'm not cool with, you know, so I'm gonna.
We're boys now, and now you know how to say it.
Yeah, there we go. The next question I have for you guys is a more current one. What are you listening to right now? What's on the Spotify? What have you been listening to lately?
Ryan, you go first because I have a lot.
I'll just make it quick. So far, my albums of the year are Static Dress, Rouge Carpet Disaster. One of my favorite albums probably to come out in the last few years. Huge fan. I listen to it in full probably at least a couple times a week.
That's great.
The new Counterparts album, I absolutely love that band. I've always loved that band. That album is, again, incredible. I listen to it all the time. And my friend actually just showed me the new Prada album. I kind of fell off of listening to them for a pretty decent amount of time, but I listened to the new album like a week or two ago. Very sold. It's pretty much what's been on repeat, other than like old stuff that I listen to all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I'd probably say my top for this year, if we're going by 2022, would be what do you think I'm going to say, Ryan? Heroin by Thornhill. I actually really love that album.
Ooh, all right, yeah.
But if I were to go in a top 5 order, it'd be that, and then Dimensional Bleed by Holy Fawn. They're like this weird ghost folk band, as they call themselves, but it's
That
just
album
black
is
metal.
really good.
It is.
It's really good.
I'm big
And
fan
that
of that album.
And then I would say Jackpot Juicer by Dance Gavin Dance. I've always loved those guys. And
You don't put Static Dress in your top 5.
I was.
Taking you out of the band.
Give me a minute. I was getting to that. I was going to say Rouge Carpet Disaster as well.
Oh.
And then I would say for my number 5 would be Oni by Darko.
Ooh, okay.
Because I loved the first album from last year, and then I listened to this one like not a million times, obviously, but exponentially. It's really good. I think it's better than their first.
Ooh, all right. I'll have to check it out, because I think I had some people ask me if I was going to check out the new Darko record, and I like their stuff, but I have not given the new album a listen, so I'll have to go do that. And obviously, anytime I can talk about Static Dress, good shit.
Oh, yeah.
That's like that band. I'm
Ryan
glad.
got me hooked on them.
I'm glad they're going to be touring the States with the shirt I'm currently wearing.
Oh, you have a Loathe shirt. Hell
Oh,
yeah. I got a
yeah.
Loathe flag right behind me.
Still trying
Come
to
on.
figure out if I can go to that. I need to go to one of those shows.
There we go.
Oh,
Speaking of
yeah,
Loathe album
baby.
in full,
Woo!
Seeing the
Yeah.
Loathe album in full would be really cool. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah.
I really, really like that record. I would go if it was just Static Dress. That was it. I love that band.
Nah, dude, we gotta go. We're
Yeah.
going.
Plus the lineup's sick. Omerta is great, and Pale Dusk.
Pale Dusk is
They're
really
also
sick.
fantastic too. So I think it's just a sick lineup. And then I also got to give a shout out to Ryan as well. The new Counterparts record, fantastic. I love it. I did a live review of that, so check that out. You know,
Dude,
not
it's
trying to shill,
so sick.
but yeah, it's so good. I've been a big fan of their stuff for a hot minute. And so it was fun to go through that and literally have my face melted live on stream. So
For real. Actually, fun fact, we keep mentioning this like song 6 from the new album, and that song is basically a product of Whispers of Your Death. I wrote song 6 the day that song came out because I was just like, what the fuck is this? Like, it's so good. And that was pretty much what happened. I got like really, really inspired the day that song came out, and I wrote almost all of song 6 in like a day.
that's super sick. So guys, Counterparts inspired track. I don't know if it's gonna sound anything like Counterparts, but we rest
Not
assured
really.
it's gonna be pretty
Not
sick.
really.
Song 6.
But we
Be on
did
the
say
lookout.
that there was a bunch of stuff coming out of left field in that song, so you'll just have to listen to
Okay.
it.
All right. All right.
We'll actually tell you the name at some point, but not today.
You want to savor it. I got you. You know, I feel like this is just. I feel like you guys are just holding back because I just keep saying your band name wrong. So you're just withholding
be.
information.
What do you mean? I'll send you
Could be.
song 6 after this interview. You can listen to it.
I'm just kidding, Ryan. All right, don't get so upset about it. All right,
He's
jeez.
like, please no, don't send me new music.
You told me not to check the first album out. No,
Only the new one.
only only Rebirth. But yeah, no, I love what you guys are listening to currently. I also have to agree the Prada record is far and fast away one of my favorite records of this year as well. I'm a huge Prada fan, so I feel like I've enjoyed all of their albums pretty equally. The only one I probably didn't like as much was The Act. I wasn't like really sold on that, but it was solid.
Dude,
I
I
think.
fell so far off of the Prada train that I don't think I've listened to a Prada album since like maybe Dead Drone.
Okay, that's fair.
No, is Sailor's Prayer on 818?
I believe so.
Sailor's Prayer
yeah.
is on 818. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the last album I listened to from them, and I love
Wait,
that.
you didn't listen to Zombie 2 last year?
Yeah.
dude?
No, I haven't listened to that.
What? Zombie 2 was sick.
I might have listened to the single that came out from it on like Release Radar or something, but no, I have not checked that out. So I'll put that on my to-do
Damn.
list for tonight. Is it
got it.
sick?
It's really good.
It's very good. Yeah.
All right, I'll check it out.
There we go. We bullied Ryan into go listening to Zombie 2. Guys, if you haven't listened to
have to-
Zombie 2,
You don't have to bully me into it.
Go
I like the band. I
fucking
just
do
like
it.
it definitely fell off my radar.
That's fair.
I fell in love with music that makes me sad, and that's why I don't listen to Prada anymore.
Zombie 2 can make you pretty sad.
yeah, I was going to say, yeah. That's
Alright,
fair.
cool.
The
I'm
fair
in.
assessment.
Sold.
There we go. I feel like Ryan just feels like I'm attacking him, and then Ashton is like, doubling
not
down
at
into.
all. Dude, you can attack me all. You'll never amount to like the amount of attacking our drummer and our singer do.
Damn. All right.
It's our group chat is pretty brutal. We just bully
yeah.
each other like every day.
The
In
things
a
you
loving way, of course.
Nah.
debatable.
Wow, okay, I was trying to be nice.
Wow. I'm sorry, Cody. This is.
We're just
no
here
good.
for the goofs. I told
We're here
you.
the goose. Yeah.
We goofed
I'm gonna
Cody
I'm
hard
gonna
the
put
other
a
day.
disclaimer at the
Oh, we-
beginning of this video.
We did goof Cody the other day. We hit him with the air horns outside the venue the other night.
Kid jumped right out of his skin.
It's pretty good. Love you,
God.
Cody.
Somebody sent me a clip of. I wanted to see if he actually did. Anyone get it? Oh, that would have been great.
There's this ding dong named Ashton who was on the camera at the time, and he got us air horning him, but not actually got Cody.
To be fair, they jumped right behind their trailer a little too fast, so I couldn't catch in time. But I got Ryan really good. That was really funny.
That's in the recap video. He literally like shot it an inch from my face.
Luckily, though, it wasn't the full sound.
All right, moving on.
Well, guys, if you haven't checked out any of those bands, definitely do so. They're all great, and they had fantastic releases recently, so go give them some love. But the next question I have for you guys, another fun one. If you guys could pick a song to cover, what would it be?
Oh man,
God.
I'm gonna need a minute because I feel like there's like serious ones, and I feel like there's like funny ones. Ashton, go first. Well, I think I don't even
Dude,
know.
I don't even know either because there's so many that go through my head every day.
I really don't know.
Well, Ryan did say that you guys are about the goofs, so
I mean, you and I did agree like 3 years ago that we should do a cover of "Don't Stay" by Linkin Park.
I don't know if I would do a Linkin Park song. You know what? I'm gonna plug Jake on this one. I would cover a Brand of Sacrifice song because our singer has the dumbest range ever, but he doesn't get to use it, obviously, to like its full potential in our music just because of the sound that we are. Like, you can't just like warrant doing the obnoxious things that Brand of Sacrifice does in music like ours. It just doesn't really have a place. Like, so if I had to pick one, I would definitely say like probably Brand of Sacrifice, but some like heavy band like
Probably
that.
Eclipse by Brand of Sacrifice, I assume.
Just like I'm not gonna narrow it down to a song. I would just say like Jake covered he did a vocal cover of Demon King.
Ooh.
And it's insane. It sounds almost exactly like the recording. Like, so that's my answer. I would say like Brand of Sacrifice song because Jake would absolutely kill it.
Are you in agreement, Ashton?
Oh, Jake definitely would kill it.
I don't mean like that. I meant like ingredients in the cover.
Oh, I mean, for me, yeah, I mean, I could play it, but I'd still want to play something a little different. But
Okay.
I do like Brand of Sacrifice a lot. I mean, God, Demon King was really heavy when I first heard that.
I will backtrack a little bit though. I have been asking Jake to cover "Decode" by Paramore for like.
Wait, what? You have?
I've been asking Jake to cover that song for like 5 or 6 years now.
You never told me that.
And he just like, I don't know if he just won't do it or if we just like don't ever make time for it because we're too busy doing other stuff. But yeah, if it wasn't the Brand of Sacrifice cover, it would absolutely be that song because I've wanted to cover that song for so long.
I would do that in a heartbeat.
Ooh,
I love that song.
All right, we're gonna cover Paramore.
There we
Hell
go.
Yeah.
I'm about it. I think you guys can make that super like riffy and like a fun track. I think you could do it. I got faith. Something. All right, that's my choice. You know, my metaphorical coin in the pot here. Gonna do that, guys. Let them know what you would love to hear them cover down below in the comments. Who knows?
All right.
Might hear a new cover song before you know it.
Are we live right now?
We are not.
Oh. I was so confused for a second.
You're like, wait, where's the chat at?
Where's the chat?
Where's the chat?
Trying to chat?
Yeah, the chat. Let's get chat.
All right, sorry, I'm dumb. Never mind.
It's all right. Well, I'll cut that out in post. Post Brandon, cut it out.
I love that.
I don't listen, Ryan. I'm not trying to get you just fucked up. You know, I'm looking out for you. You know, as homies do. So
appreciate you.
The next question I have for you guys: what is your favorite food to eat?
Oh, this is such a loaded question, dude.
Back to back, baby. Woo!
This is incredibly hard. Oh my god, I can't narrow it down to one. Oh my god.
Oh, I definitely can, but go ahead, Ryan.
No, you just go ahead. I got it. Oh, dude. I love food.
So I love food too, but nothing hits as hard as my mom's homemade hamburger stroganoff. Like, oh.
Such a weird answer.
No, hold on. You'll get why though. So like, you can make stroganoff any way. Like, I mean, hell, Hamburger Helper puts it in a box, but like,
you're right.
My mom does it so well with the Alfredo sauce, with mushrooms and all the seasoning. It just makes you feel at home. It's so good. It's like a comfort food. It's perfect.
All right. That's really weird.
It's not weird. Shut up.
I have to narrow it down to 3, and there's no other answer but the 3.
Okay.
So if I'm gonna go from like lowest on the list to highest on the list, but
Okay. Respect.
number 3, I fucking love Chipotle. Like,
Oh, fuck you.
so much. I could eat Chipotle every day of my life. And so number 2 is we have this like authentic Mexican joint like right around the corner from my house. And it's hands down one of my favorite places to go for anything. Again, I could eat that every day of my life. It is so good. And then number 1, I'm going to plug my dad because my dad is an absolute smoker grill king. Ooh. And everything he makes is insane. So
Respect.
I go to my dad's house all the time. I don't even watch football, but I go over for like the Bills games just to like eat the food. And
respect.
If there's a party, like my dad's grilling or smoking something, so I always love eating my dad's food on the grill. So that's gonna be my number 1.
You come at me for loving my mom's food, but then you talk about daddy's food.
You're talking about stroganoff, dude. That's such a weird thing. I've never even eaten stroganoff in my life.
Get out. How have you not?
That's a strange answer, dude. All the food in the world. All the food in the world, and you picked a stroganoff.
Yeah, and?
So weird, dude.
You want to fight me about it, dude?
So weird.
This is great. I love it. I also love how you both like devoted yourselves to like one of your parents' food, whether it be like smoked meats or like a hamburger stroganoff. That's respect, you know.
Family matters, dude.
Family.
Yeah, dude. It's so good.
Even though you both were just like, fuck you, man. Why did you say that about my mom? And then you're like, why'd you say that about my dad's meats? That's so weird. Why would you go there? Let us know. Is it? No, I'm not. I was going to make a poll here, but I'm decided not to. Just for... It could be a good goof, but I don't know if...
Dude, Ashton was just in my parents' house like last week, grubbing on all my dad's.
Oh, yeah. I will say his dad does make some good stuff.
He's like makes weird stuff. Like the other day when we were over there, he made like pickles stacked with banana peppers and like rubbed with this weird spice, wrapped in bacon, and then smoked it for like a day. It's so sick.
Oh, it was amazing.
Just like weird... like things out of left field. So sick.
The taste of the vinegar with the spice of the banana pepper just goes so well. It's perfect.
Respect. All right, guys. Well, let us know. Are you a fan of... No, I'm not going to say it. I was going to say it, but no, I'm not going to say it.
All right, yeah, we'll just cut that last section.
We're going to cut that last section.
About everything we're making. But while we're in the cut section, it's so fucking weird that you love stroganoff.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Hey, man. At least I know music theory, unlike you.
Guys, so let us know down below. Is it going to be Ashton's mom's hamburger stroganoff or Ryan's dad's smoked meats? I need you guys to do it. I need you guys to
okay, when you word it like that.
Whoa, yeah. Woo! Goofs, baby.
Now you made it weird.
Well, we did make it pretty weird just generally, so I feel like, you know.
Yeah, we're talking about beef.
I'm just putting the like, you know, the cherry on top of this weird sundae, you know.
Hey, that's fun.
I'm fine with that. It's fun.
You know, I'm crossing all the T's and dotting all the I's on this weird sentence that we've made.
You're crossing the I's and dotting the T's?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
I'm just gonna zoom in on my face here and be, you know, completely okay with this. So anyway, next question, guys. If you guys were to have a dream collaboration on an up-and-coming record, who would you love to have on?
Man, they asked us this question in the last one.
But then again, you and I actually talked about getting a collab at one point.
It's not the dream one, though. This is an easy one for me. I already achieved my dream collab feature, whatever you call it. Like I mentioned earlier, It Dies Today, singer Nick Brooks featured on our song Slip Away. That was it for me. That was like the peak of features for me. I don't care if we ever have another one, really. I love that band. And not only did like we get the feature, but Nick came to my studio. He stood like right here and tracked the feature in my house. So definitely the goal right there. I got to hang out with the singer of my favorite band, track his parts on my song, and we got the feature. So definitely, easily my goal.
Ashton?
See, I'm torn because I love a lot of vocalists that could fit our genre. Like, I mean, in most cases, most bands would be like, "Oh yeah, I want the band that I."
It doesn't have to just be a singer though. You could collab with any artist.
Oh, we're talking about any artist. Ooh, if that's the case, then I'd say Mark Kubo from Veil of Maya. Like, I actually met him and hung out with him one day because he came to Syracuse, where I'm from in New York, and I played a show with him in my old band. And we just hung out. I played his guitar. We were just talking about music and whatnot. And I think he's a really great guitar player. He just comes with the crazy riffs that are very rhythmic, which as a bass player, that's obviously my bread and butter. And he's so crazy good.
Yeah,
imagine him doing a solo. That'd be sick.
Oh, that'd be wild, So I like both. I mean, I'm a huge Veil of Maya fan, so I feel like if that were to happen, I'd love for that to work out. So guys, you already know. Go tag. I feel like you guys have put me in this position where I'm like I don't want to fuck the name up, and every time I have to say the band name. I go into this fucking Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and all the lights fucking come down on me, and they're like,
dude, I don't even care how people say it as long as they're talking about my band.
That's fair, actually.
Call it stupid. Be like, hey, this stupid band.
All right, guys, if you want to check out Smash Mouth right now,
yeah, let's go.
Listen, you gave me free reins on that one, so. Appreciate it, Ryan. But no, if you want to check out Aphasia and
he said it.
Oh yeah. I feel like I'm gonna hate myself after this. This is the one interview where I was just like, why are we not posting this? I just, I feel like I've disrespected your band.
Nah, you're good.
And then I'm gonna make one of those I'm gonna make one of those one of those videos where the person comes in and they're like, listen, guys, I got something serious to tell you, and then I have the one tear in my eye.
Dude, you know what I want to do? This just gave me the best idea for internet content ever. I'm gonna literally go up to every person in the world, and I'm gonna show them our logo, and I'll be like, "Say this," and I'm just gonna get a collaboration of people all over the place saying our name wrong. And I'm gonna post it on the internet.
Yo, let's do that. Actually, that's good content.
Be like, hey, how do you
you should start the video off with me. That'd be great.
We're gonna go see how people say aphasia. And we're just gonna run out there and be like, hey, say this.
I'm fine with that, dude. Let's do it.
Cut that part. That's too good of content. Someone else is gonna run with that.
That is true.
We'll just cut it, but this is the part where I'll just fuck the name up again, and then you'll be like, see, no one knows how to say our band name.
It's perfect.
All right, guys. Well, listen, we're gonna tag our favorite band ever in this next. Do we?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Are you good? You guys are good. Okay.
Yeah, we're good. We're good.
I completely fucking forgot what band you guys wanted to collaborate with.
So I said Veil Maya, and he said that he was already succeeded with It Dies Today.
Yeah, we already did It Dies Today.
It Dies Today. Go check out that track. I'll leave links below to go give that one a listen, as well as if you want to hear a new collaboration with Veil of Maya that's coming out. It's out on Twitter. You just can tag both bands, say collaboration. Again, I'm no law expert.
We'll have to do it somewhere else. We'll have to do it somewhere else. We don't have Twitter.
I will literally at Mark Kakubo right now.
We're just going to at Mark Kakubo, guys. Let's go right now on all social medias. Mark Kakubo. Also come on the channel, Mark.
But I don't know who else I would pick. If I had to pick someone else to collab with, I don't.
Well, if it's going to be Veil Maya, I would say Lucas.
No, I'm saying mine was kind of a cop-out because we already did it. But I really don't know who else we would.
Okay, how about this? What if it was Nothing Nowhere?
Yeah, I'll take that.
I know you would love that.
Yeah,
it would kind of fit. Honestly,
Me and Jake talked about that on the other interview that we did. How it'd be like really cool to get him on a part of a track. Oh, that'd be so sick.
Well, I don't think he's any stranger to doing that because he was on the newest Silverstein album. So
Was he really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't really follow that band.
It was really sick.
yeah, it was actually a very good song. So
Cool.
highly recommend. Also that album was great too. So also highly recommend. But
Check it
yeah,
out.
check it out. Veil of Maya, Nothing Nowhere, Aphasia. Let's get it right now. You know you want to hear it. So next question for you guys. Another fun one. If there was another musical instrument you could master, what would it be?
Oh, this is so easy again. You just keep hitting me with the easy ones.
Oh, don't worry. I'll hit you with some hard ones.
Drums. Drums all day long. I've always wanted to learn drums. I write most of the drums, like most of Rebirth, I wrote on drums. Like I just can't play them because I'm an idiot and I can't do two things at once. But yeah. Very easily drums. If I could play another instrument, it would definitely be that.
If it were me, I'd say piano, only because I really love a lot of like video game and anime soundtracks, and a lot of those songs have really intricate piano to them, and I love it. Like I've been listening to like the Silent Hill discography for like the games for the past few days again, because I routinely do that. And it's just so beautiful, like with the ambience, the intricacy. I love
It's
it.
funny that you tie that anime with the piano because one of my very old friends, that's how he got into piano. He was like, "This is so."
Oh
sick.
yeah, dude. Like a lot of anime opening and endings have really cool piano. Like
Well, that's
just
how he
throughout.
was. He was like, "I want to learn this stuff." So he just like bought a keyboard, and he is like an insane pianist, I guess is what you call it.
Pianist, yeah.
Piano player, whatever it is. He's very sick now. He's been doing it for probably like 15 years now. He's really
Like,
good.
I'll just say, if you want to get into piano, listen to Tokyo Ghoul's second opening, and you'll love piano. It's beautiful and crazy.
Can't agree. I'm a big anime fan, so Tokyo Ghoul.
You just threw us under
Hell
the
yeah.
bus so bad because Afterlife starts with piano, and now everyone knows we don't know how to play piano.
Nah, you have you know how to write piano better than I do. I will say that.
Fun fact: the intro to Afterlife, the piano intro, actually is. I wrote the lead in the beginning of the song, the tapping lead that comes in the second half of the intro. I wrote that on guitar, and then I transposed it to piano later and put some chords behind it. That's how
That's
came to be.
sick. So you are a piano player then?
No,
Yeah.
I did it in MIDI. I just
mean-
transposed my tapping riff.
I mean, theoretically, if you know how to play guitar and you want to transpose it to piano, it's very possible. But to be an actual piano player, that's a whole different story. Because they're very similar, like in theory.
I was just trying to help Ryan out here. You know, we're just trying to dig yourself out of that hole of, you know, saying you're.
I did it in MIDI, okay? I don't care who knows.
No. Yeah, who doesn't do anything in MIDI?
I was
these
gonna say,
days?
yeah, that's facts, guys. Don't beat up bands for not having that cool like piano intro part, and you know it's MIDI. You know, it still slaps. Just remember
That
that.
is true.
Still good. Next question, guys. My personal favorite. As you can tell, I am a huge nerd, so I love asking this. If you could be a
here we
video
go.
game character, who would you be?
Oh, okay.
See, you thought this shit was easy, Ryan.
This is gonna be so easy for me too, because I don't.
He doesn't play a lot of video
Okay.
games.
God, what the
Ashton's
fuck,
gonna
man?
take time to figure this out because
I
have
am.
such an easy answer. I don't really play like I don't know, like RPG games or anything like that in depth of stories and stuff. I like shooters. I like to take my aggression out by shooting people on the internet. So that I play Splitgate. I play Splitgate all day long. You can cut that whole part out and I'll restart that because that was super sucks. I'll just restart. You just re-asked that question, but I know my answer now.
I'll just cut it really well.
You just start over. It's gonna be easy.
So wait, who's your favorite, Ryan?
Yeah.
If I had to pick a video game player to be like a video game character,
Yeah.
it would be
yes.
whoever the character is in Splitgate. I love that game. I play that game like every single day of my life.
I thought you were gonna be some generalized millennial who's like, oh, I want to play Soap from Modern Warfare 2.
Oh no,
like
I want to be
shooters.
whoever the main character is in Splitgate. There's like no story mode. It's just like one guy. I want to be the cactus. I want to be the cactus
Yes,
from
the cactus.
Splitgate.
Let's go.
That's it. That's who I want to be.
But
if I had to pick a video game character to be,
Love it.
I would be the cactus in Splitgate. There's no other answer that is acceptable besides that.
So for me, that's a very loaded question because I love a lot of video game characters, and sadly, most of them are very depressing, i.e., Resident Evil and Silent Hill.
Yeah.
But if I were to pick one that I really love, I actually played Dragon Quest XI for the first time 3 years ago when I joined Aphasia. And I think my favorite character from that is Sylvando. And he's just really well written. He's this entertainer. He's like in a circus, but he's also really, really good swordsman who's very flamboyant, which is really funny. But his flamboyancy works really well as character. Like, this guy owns a yacht. He drives his friends around the world on a boat. He's really good with swords. He can breathe fire. He's just really fun. And he just wants to make the world smile. He's just a generally good person.
That's a very sick answer. I have not played Dragon Quest 12.
Oh,
so
dude,
no, I'm
play
gonna
it.
have to do it.
Get it on your Switch, PS4, PC, whatever. It's so good.
I like if Ashton's giving us like.
Cactus.
I like how Ashton was giving us like a infomercial. It's like, here, pick up this game. You can buy it here on, and then he just reads off the list: PlayStation 4, Xbox 3, Xbox One.
I play a lot of RPGs.
And then we got Ryan over here, and he's like, "Man, a cactus would be really rad," you know.
Dude,
So.
the cactus is sick. That's been my skin for like a year.
I mean, it's either freaking Sylvando or Vivi from Final Fantasy IX, as he's my wallpaper. I love him.
Respect. Love it, guys. Next question: if you were to compile a dream tour lineup, who would be on it?
This is gonna be so predictable for me.
Predictable for you? Okay, no, I know you pretty well. I want to hear this.
If I had to pick one dream tour where I put like all these bands on that we could play, oh my god, this is so easy. It would be our band, Invent Animate, Armor for Sleep,
Oh,
and Nothing Nowhere. That would be it. Unless It Dies Today came back and became a real band again, then I would put them there too. But yeah, definitely that. That would be it for me.
Ooh,
I would just quit playing music after that. That would be like peak.
The pinnacle.
I would peak right there, and that I would never do anything cooler.
So for me, it would be Thornhill, probably Ghost Iris. I love those guys.
Woo.
Velmaya, and then maybe Loathe and probably Sleep Token.
Ooh.
Sleep Token would be sick.
Bro.
I don't even care if they take like a whole hour to themselves. Like, they're just good.
Oh man, that is a cool tour. I like that. I'm surprised neither one of you said Static Dress. I feel like that would have just.
They kind of would throw off the vibe of my thing because they're good, but they're like post-hardcore versus progressive metal.
Thinking in terms of like music that suits us, I don't really think that like Nothing Nowhere or Armor for Sleep really suit us, if you will. But I don't know that I wouldn't turn down to a Static Dress. I just think it would be weird. No. Like, people would not like if people came to see Static Dress, they would not like us. But I guess
imagine if you hear Clean by Static Dress and then you hear Afterlife by us, it kind of throw off the whole vibe.
But you could say the same thing with like Nothing Nowhere and Armor for Sleep. I don't care. I love those bands more than I love Static Dress. So like that would be like a bucket list thing. Like we could do those bands like all day.
That would be pretty sick if we did play with both of them though.
Static Dress is gonna watch this interview and be like, I'm never taking you guys on tour ever.
I hope not. You guys, I feel like you guys would, you'd have plenty of goofs and gaffs,
I'm here
Oh
for it.
yeah,
Here for
dude.
it.
British people are funny. I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure
British.
they'd find this entertaining.
Yeah, they might have even taken it as a compliment, honestly.
I already plugged them once and told them that they had the best album that came out this year. All right.
You're giving them a lot of credit by saying like, "Hey, man, you guys are gonna make it to the end, like closer to the end of this video, you know, and not get stopped by any of those moments prior to leading up to this point to be like, you know what, listen, you guys are like still one of my favorite bands, but not like an Armor for Sleep favorite."
I
Dude, if you listen
love
to this, if you listen to what was it, the Truth or no, what's the album called? Yeah, that album. You listen to that album, man. It's so good. Like I
Oh,
listened
yeah.
to it way later than Ryan did, and I still think it's really good, even for the times.
I like the new,
Ugh.
I like the new stuff from Armor too. I think it was really
Oh
good.
yeah, it's really good.
New
But
album is very sick. I finally saw them live for the first time, like over the summer this year. It was very sick.
and I was supposed to go, but I had to work, and I was so pissed.
I feel that, I like, luckily enough, I'm going to be getting out, like, I'm going to hopefully leave early for, like, the Counterparts tour. That's wild.
Ooh,
And then the next day is the Loathe tour. So, at back-to-back
dude,
shows, it's going to be wild. Very
that's gonna be
excited.
sick.
December. Very exciting. Next question, guys. Kind of in the same lane as, Dream Tour lineup. In your opinion, who puts on a great live performance in terms of the bands you've seen?
Such an easy question again.
See, for me, it's a toss up between Kublai Khan and probably Amir. Definitely Amir. I saw him back in Warped Tour 2017 when they were still doing the tour for Look at Yourself. And Josh Travis just stole the whole fucking show. He is so crazy good at guitar, and he just moves around playing all that crazy shit too. And I remember like looking at his old band Glass Cloud, like watching their live videos and seeing him doing that same exact shit by playing even crazier stuff on guitar. I'm like, dude, how do you do that? Because I feel like I'd be sore for like the next 5 months.
He's a champ,
Yeah, he's just great. And he's nearly 40, and he can still do that shit. It's crazy.
I wish he was releasing more music. That'd be tight. Josh?
Oh,
do it
for
up.
sure.
Ryan, what do you got?
Easy for me. It's funny because neither of them are metal shows, but the best shows that I've ever been to, hands down, like best live band, best show to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2 would be Lydia.
Ooh, yeah.
If you guys aren't familiar with Lydia, I saw them when I was in my senior year of high school, and it changed my life.
You showed me Lydia once. They're really good.
Very, 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 very good live show. They were very awesome to watch, and they sounded so good. And number 1 would be Nothing Nowhere. I followed the tour for like 2 days, and I went to 2 different shows, and every night it was the best performance ever. The band is so cool. The live show is so different than like listening on the album, and it's very, I don't know, close. It's very cool experience.
Yeah, I feel like he would be someone I'd like to see live just because I can imagine like how his albums sound. I'm like, okay, this is cool. The production value's like super high up there. But I'd imagine, obviously for a live setting, he's not doing all of that, live.
I saw him right before Ruiner came out. It was like right the bridge between Reaper and Ruiner. And it was when I think like only 1 or 2 singles from Ruiner had been out. So he played a majority of the old stuff, like the EPs before Reaper, and then like some stuff from Reaper, and then like the new singles from Ruiner. And it was so good. I have videos on my phone of that, and like I relive it every now and again because I don't think I'll ever see a show like that ever again. It was so sick.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to. I know every time he like comes around here, I'm like doing something, but the next time he's in town, I'll have to see what's going on. But yeah, I like his music a lot. I just feel like I never got the chance to just like see him live, and he would be someone I'd want to add to my list of bands to see a live performance by. So cool choices, guys. The next question: favorite TV show, favorite movie.
Oh, easy for me again.
Oh my
do
God,
it, Ryan. Do it.
Do it up.
Prison Break is my favorite show of all time ever. I love that show. I've watched it like 10 times in a row. Like, I love it.
Well, a favorite movie though.
I don't really watch movies that much. I don't really have a favorite movie.
Really?
I can't think of, like, even off the top of my head, I can't think of like a movie that was like, oh, I love this. Like, I'm not a movie person.
Okay.
I don't have time to watch movies, really, is what it is. Like,
Fair enough.
I work all day and then I hang with my kids and then I write music for my band, or I work with the bands I'm managing. Like, I'm a busy person. I don't watch movies. I watch shows in between, like, nowadays. Like, I watch shows in between, like, random when I have time, but can't really say I have a favorite movie. I do love Prison Break.
So, if I were to start with a favorite movie, I'd probably say my favorite right now, based on like cinematography and all that, would be No Country for Old Men. It's such a really good movie. And then show, ooh, that's a toss up because I go back and forth between like actual like live action shows and then anime a lot. But if I were to go with a live action show, I'd probably say Breaking Bad still has my heart.
Ooh,
it's just
Breaking Bad is
perfect.
Yeah.
It's just perfect. But if I were to go with an anime on that end, I'd probably say my most recent favorite would be Chainsaw Man, which I've been watching consecutively since it started. And I read the manga and I love it. And they're doing really well animating it. And it's just perfect. It's depressing, gory, violent. Love that stuff.
I have been seeing trailers of Chainsaw Man, and I need to see it.
Dude, do it.
Looks good.
You'll love it.
It looks good. I'm about it. Yeah, and I love Prison Break, so I do gotta agree with Ryan. That's a fantastic show. I feel like
Dude,
not a
when
lot.
they brought it back for the reboot of the new season, I lost my mind.
I'm sure you were fucking
Wait,
hyped
they
as shit.
rebooted it? I did not know
back
that.
in, like, what was it, like 2019, 2020? Was it
Yeah,
that
I
late?
think
It
so.
might have been
yeah.
earlier than that.
It might have been
Oh
2019.
wow. Yeah, because I
yeah.
used to watch that with my stepbrother, like when it first came out, but I never watched the
I've
rest
gone
of
back
it.
and rewatched that series probably like 6 or 7 times.
Oh jeez.
My wife tells me all the time when I watch, she's like, just stop.
See, that's me with
She
That's
doesn't really get into it. She doesn't
She
like it
doesn't
that
know.
much. So when I watch it, she's like, stop already.
that's me with you with Dexter because you're like, oh dude, the next new season of Dexter's really good. I'm like, dude, stop, I haven't watched it yet. Shut up.
That's probably like number 2, like behind Prison Break would probably be Dexter. I love
Respect.
that show.
Dexter is also a fantastic show. So
I was
Guys.
a very late bloomer. I watched that show for the first time, like the whole series, like probably within a year of like the reboot coming out. So I was very stoked when that came out.
it is a good show. I feel like I haven't watched the reboot yet, but I'll have to.
Really? You didn't watch the new season?
I didn't watch the new season yet. I got to get on it.
Man.
Yeah,
Yes,
get on it.
Yes, you do. It's something.
All right. Well, I'll have to take Ryan's recommendation for it. But you guys had some good picks. Always got to give a shout out to Prison Break because that's a fantastic show. So if you haven't watched it, go do it. And then let me know in the comments if you've been watching Chainsaw Man too, because I need to know how good it is. But
Dude,
never
just
even
check it out
heard of
for
that.
yourself. It's so good. Ryan, I know you hate anime typically, but I feel like you'd like it too. It's just very relatable and very cool. I'll make you watch it. I swear to God.
We'll watch it on the next tour.
Hell yeah, let's go.
let's go.
Alright.
There we go. Next question I have for you guys. If you were trapped on a desert island for the next month and there was one album you could bring with you to listen to, what would it be?
Now he stumps me.
Hold on.
At the end, baby.
Hold on.
Oh, Ashton's pulling the vinyl out. A man of culture.
On the album that I could listen to,
For the next month.
and I picked 2.
Maybe very weird, but I haven't even brought them up because they don't really do much these days. But Youth by Citizen. I love this album. a shit ton.
Yes.
Like,
oh
it's
my
just
God.
I could listen to it from front to back over and over
It's
again
so
and
good.
not get sick of it. And it's just like the perfect mix of like post grunge with modern rock in like a very emo twist. It's just I love this album, dude.
It's an emo classic. Yeah.
That threw me. I'm gonna change my answer. I'm gonna pick one. Oh, this is such a hard question. If I could only listen to one album for a month, I'm gonna go with Skeleton Youth
Oh God.
by Villains / Youth Forever.
Wow.
That I think that would be the one. Like, if I had to pick an album to bring with me tomorrow to listen to for a month, I think that would be it.
That is a good album.
That is a good one. Yeah, Youth Forever, baby.
I love them.
Dude, remember when we showed Zane that on
And
tour?
he literally was like, I don't know if I love this or hate this.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm so in between loving and hating this.
Oh,
It was so funny.
Good one.
I fucking love that album so much.
Yeah, I think that would be the one for me. I'd pick that one.
I also gotta give a shout out to Ashton's pick. That is a fantastic Citizens record. I like the new record a lot too. That's also very good.
It is good. I just miss like this album and Everybody Goes to Heaven, like that vibe.
Oh yeah,
like,
Everybody Goes to Heaven's great too.
I love that album so much. I wish I had it on vinyl, but I got Youth, so
It's all right. You'll survive. I feel that, as someone who also collects vinyl, which I won't show because it's in the corner of my room here, but I have a lot. I probably have a problem. But the next question I have for you guys, thanks for coming on. Thanks for, obviously being a part of the Audio Addiction family now. So much love to you guys. What do you want people to take away from your band? What you guys do? I always love asking this question for me specifically because I feel like we all are part of this, scene of music because we love doing it, and we get, there's been bands that have, changed our life in some way, shape, or form. But why do you guys specifically do it, and why do people need to know why you do it? I guess that makes sense.
I'll go first on this one. I'll get a little deep and sappy on this one.
I love it. All right, get it.
I think that a lot of people look at bands, especially like larger bands, and they think like, wow, these guys are like these like huge people. But at the end of the day, everyone is just a normal person. You know what I mean? So for us, like, I guess the thing to take away from our band is that we obviously are a very small band, and we're just normal people doing what we love. And if there's something someone could take away from like us or our music, is that all of it is about real life stuff that we're going through. So if you're having like issues in your normal life, whether that be relationship struggles, depression, losing someone that you love in any capacity, like, all of our music is about that stuff. And if there's nothing else, there's lyrics in those songs that you can relate to and know that you aren't alone in dealing with stuff that you deal with, and that there's like other people out there that are not just us, obviously. Like, there's a million other people in the world that are going through the same situation that you are. And at the end of the day, like, if you can resonate with one of our songs, like, we succeeded.
Agree with that. Ashton, what do you got?
Ryan basically said everything I was gonna say, because like, if you hear our songs and you connect with it, I just love that you can resonate with that, because our songs are meant more for healing than to dwell on. And if it makes you feel better with whatever you're going through, then I feel like we definitely helped you out, and we succeeded in that as well.
Yeah, no,
We're just here to write music that, I mean, really, like, we write music for like how we want to hear music and how we feel. So it's cool when we have people that kind of connect on that level and be like, this song specifically, like on our new song Afterlife, on the video, someone commented, because there's like a whole backstory to that song about my friend who passed away last year. And there's a video comment on YouTube, and it's just like, my friend, I lost my friend, in the last year, couple of years, and thanks for like writing this song. I really resonate with it. And like, that's really the coolest part of being in the band and kind of what we do it for. It's just like putting our personal life out there, and if people connect with that message that, you know, that we're putting out there, it's very cool to have someone else be like, hey, I went through this too, and like your song, like it helps. Like that's the cool part about it, I guess.
Yeah, and I think for me too, like getting stuff out of it, like, you know, I've obviously lost people in my life as well. And so, you know, I don't tend to, you know, put my personal things that happen in my life here on the channel, but I think for myself, it's like, you know, I felt a connection to that because, you know, I lost someone pretty recently. And so for me, it was like a way to like connect with that. And like, and, you know, I appreciate you guys for writing a track like that because I think sometimes like, you know, especially within the scene, I will say a lot of bands, you know, really understand that and are trying to like write something from the heart and, you know, write something that people are ultimately going to like feel emotion with and, you know, hopefully grow from that and, you know, make, you know, try to make their life better. I know there's definitely songs in my life where, you know, I've listened to them and they've, you know, resonated with me and they're almost to the point where like, you know, where you can't listen to it because it almost brings back those memories of like, you know, being with
We all have
someone,
songs like that.
you know, and
Oh, yeah.
100%. And I think for me, it's like, not that I felt like your song, like I couldn't listen to it again. It's just like, I feel like for myself, like I could feel those emotions that you guys were going through collectively as a band. And, you know, I got to give you guys a lot of credit for writing stuff from the heart. And I think a lot of bands within the scene really take that truth and really go with it, you know? And so I think for myself, it's always about, highlighting bands that are trying to, you know, write music from the heart and being honest about their emotions and stuff because I think it's so easy for us to just let it slide, you know, where you could just be like, you know, I'm just feeling like this for a while. And then, you know, I think it's important to have like that center of like connection to something and then be like, listen, maybe I shouldn't like, you know, maybe I should try to like, what would this person want me to do? Like, they would want me to grow. They would want me to be better. They'd want me to do these things that, like, you know, unfortunately, you know, if they're no longer with us, they want us to be able to enjoy the life we have. And so I feel like songs like that at least remind me, like, you know, it's important to have those moments of, like, sadness around it, but also at the same point to, like, be like, this is, you know, my life to live, and I want to try to be able to be like the best person I can. And so I feel like I got to give you guys a lot of kudos for, you know, writing from the heart. So, you know, not to get real sappy about it, but it is true though. So, but guys, you can check out Afterlife in the links below, as well as I'll leave the floor to you guys where can they find Aphasia, or I'm going to fuck it up every single time. But where can they find the band at, what you guys have coming up next, and anything else you would want to plug or talk about?
I would say you can find us musically anywhere that you stream music, whether that be Spotify, Apple, Tidal, YouTube Music, wherever, you know, your favorite streaming platform. You can support us mostly by buying merch, and you can buy that at our merch store, which is aphasiaofficial.bigcartel.com. And there's a bunch of stuff over there, shirts, hoodies. We got joggers, CDs, new wall flags. You can buy pretty much anything over there. And then just keeping up to date on our Facebook and Instagram, which are both hashtag or Facebook.com/AphasiaOfficial. Everything, our handle on everything is just Aphasia Official.
Ashton.
He said it all. I mean, he's got it right. I mean, yeah, just check us out, have fun with it, and let us know how you feel about our music, and we can definitely, you know, just write more and see how you like it.
They're just gonna stop writing now at this point.
They told us it wasn't good. We're not gonna write anymore.
Yeah, dude, we're fucking done.
Speak for yourself.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Well, ooh. Wow, really ending this on a spicy note here. But check out Aphasia. I think I said it right. Again, I'm gonna make sure every time that I say it wrong, I'm gonna cut it out and put the correct pronunciation in.
No, you just gotta put the count.
I will literally comment on this video and be like, dude, you missed one if you miss it.
No, I won't do it. I have enough honesty to fuck the name up and be honest about it. So, Aphasia.
We really don't care.
But it would be funny if you actually were like, man, how many times has Brian fucked the name up? Let us know down below.
It would be funny, but we definitely don't care.
Yeah, just
Like
be
I said,
dude,
if you're talking about us, you just literally call us that stupid band. Like I don't care.
Nah,
Talk
guys,
about my
listen.
band however you want to.
You know they're not a stupid band. Aphasia. Check the links below to go find out about the band. If you want to support them, I'll also leave a link for their merch. Please go pick something up. You got me at joggers, so I feel like not a lot of bands really do that. So, you know, you will definitely see some sort of order from me coming up soon. So get them joggers, baby. It's jogger season. But anyway, go check out Aphasia. Very excited for what they have coming up next. Again, as I mentioned, I'll leave a link to Afterlife, their most current music video out. It's great. Just watched it. Can't say confirm it's good. So go give it a watch. Go give it a listen. And go follow them on social media if they hit your city very soon. I'm sure they will, so keep your eyes peeled. And again, massive shout outs to Cody at Theoria. Love him to death, so salutes Cody. And if you enjoyed this interview, share, like, and subscribe. It means a lot. As well as, I know people have been asking about it, but the audio versions are slowly making their way out into Spotify, Apple Music, all that sort of stuff. So if you do not want to watch our faces, I'll be a little bit disappointed, but you can listen to us in the car on your drive home or wherever you're doing. So much appreciated. And if you like that content, make sure to rate it in some way. I don't know how the fuck you do that, but just give it a thumbs up or some shit. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, check out Aphasia. They're awesome. And huge thanks to both Ryan and Ashton for coming on tonight.
Yeah, thank you so much for having us. Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you. It's really fun.